Okay, so let's talk about how we feed our dog, because it matters. So you'll notice that my good friend Athena here is already sitting down as I'm putting some treats in this bowl. That's her way of saying to me, oh, you have something I want, and I'm politely asking you for it. And every dog from the age of 8 weeks up does this automatically, and we ruin it by telling them to sit. If you have something your dog wants, she's going to do this, and you just need to mark and reward it. When you're in a situation where you don't have something she wants and you need her to sit, that's where you would ask her to do it. And again, mark and reward her. So here I have the yummy treats. What are you going to do? Yes! And I'll hand her a treat. Now I'm going to ask her to wait. Wait! Yes! Wait! And I just move the bowl a few inches. Yes! Wait! Yes! Wait! Yes! Wait! Yes! You see how she almost got up? Wait! Yes! Wait! Yes! Oh, she got up. I'm going to pick the bowl up. Now, this is only the second time Athena and I have ever done this. The first time, she popped up much faster. So she's already learning to hold her position, which is what wait means. Wait. Good girl. Wait. Yes. Wait. And that's fine if she wants to go into a down. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Still in a sit. Wait. Yes. Free. And I put the bowl down and she can get up and eat it. Now, if you are doing this with your dog on a slick surface, a wood floor or a tile floor, where it's hard for them to hold a sit because their legs start sliding out from under them, they can be hesitant to take the sit and it can be difficult for them to continue to hold it. So I suggest you put down a doormat or a rug or a yoga mat so your dog is on a surface where she can successfully take and hold that sit. So, what just happened here? Athena politely sat down to let me know that I had something that she wanted. I acknowledged it in the strongest way possible by saying yes and handing her a treat. Now, when she stood up the first time and then she sat down again, I just told her she was a good dog or a good girl because she had to correct herself and there was no treat. Then I asked her to wait and she said, "What does that mean?" And I lowered the bowl just a few inches so that she could be successful. It wasn't such a big movement that she felt like she had to stand up to reach into the bowl. And she didn't get up, and I said yes, and I handed her the treat. And I did it again. Wait! And I lowered the bowl. Yes! And I handed her the treat. So now she's starting to think, oh, maybe wait means I sit here and I get a treat. Wait! Yes! And she's thinking, oh, I just hold my position when she says wait, and I get a treat. And so she was able to hold that position until the bowl was only about this far from the floor, at which point I said free to give her permission, and I put the bowl on the floor, and I stepped back and she could get up and eat. So with my dogs, they have been doing this for a while. They're good communicators. They sit right down and I just say, good girl, no treat necessary. And I say, wait, and I put the bowl on the floor, and I step back, and my dog is still sitting there waiting for me to give her that permission to get up and get her food. So now, Athena, my dogs, any dog knows that if they want something, all they have to do is sit down and politely ask for it. If you ignore your dog doing this in a situation where you clearly have something that they want, you just tell her to sit when she does it, when she would have done it anyway, she will give up trying to communicate with you, and instead, when she wants something, she's going to jump on you, or she's going to grab it off the counter, or she's going to try to grab it out of your hand. If your dog comes over and sits down in front of you and you're not holding a bowl of food or eating an ice cream cone, she's still communicating to you that you have something she wants. Maybe it's attention. Maybe she wants to go for a walk. Maybe she wants to play with a toy. Do her and you a favor and acknowledge that communication. Just say, oh, good girl, what are you doing? Yes, what would you like? What a good girl, I hear you. And if you're standing there with an ice cream cone, you don't have to give her your ice cream cone, but you still want to acknowledge that she's politely asking for it. Oh, what a good girl. No, you can't have my ice cream cone, but I'll give you some love, or let's go get a treat. Okay? Keep that communication going both ways. Don't take it away from her. Once you feed your dog, you put the food down, they get 10 minutes to eat. Anything that they haven't eaten and they've walked away from, pick it up, put it away. You can put it back in the bag, you can put it in the refrigerator, you can toss it out, whatever's appropriate for what you're feeding, but you don't leave it sitting there all day for them to graze on. Okay? Just because, we give them that kibble that's so hard like a rock, we think it's impervious. It's not. If you leave your food sitting out, it gets stale within an hour and it loses its nutritional value. And if you have multiple dogs in a household, you really don't want to be free feeding and leaving the food sitting out, because then you don't know who's eating what. And the sign that your dog is not feeling well and there may be a health risk, your dog is going to go off its food. And sometimes getting your dog to the vet right away can be the difference between life and death. So you want to know who's eating what. Now, once the food is gone, you need to pick up the bowl and wash it every time your dog eats. Because you can see that inside of this bowl, there's, there's like a film. There's some coating from food that have been in here before. And all of that is growing bacteria. And you don't want your dog coming over and investigating your bowl and eating bacteria, or putting new food on top of the bacteria that now spreads to the food. So keep the bowls clean. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is the door. You want to make sure that you're controlling all access to the outside world. You don't want your dog thinking that he or she controls the doors, because then he or she thinks he gets to decide who's coming into your house. And now people come over and your dog rushes at the door and barks at them and says, "Who are you? I didn't say you could come in here. That's my job, is to guard the door." Well, actually, it's not their job, but they will give themselves that job unless they recognize that you control the doors and you are the permission giver. If you control the doors, you also control the space, and now their home is a safer place. So what's going to happen is, whether you're taking your dog out a front door to go for a walk, or if you live in a house with a backyard and you're taking them out to the back door, you're going to do the same thing. So she sat down. Yes, good girl. That's what I want. Wait. Yes. So all I did was turn the handle there and discover the door was locked. Wait. Yes. So I'm just opening the door a little bit to keep the stimuli low. Wait. Yes. Because I want her to succeed. Oh, she stood up. The door closes. Good girl. You're such a good subject. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Oh, did you stand up? Okay, now we know. Good girl. Wait. Yes. Wait. Yes. Let's go. And out you'll go. Good girl. Okay, come on back in. So she sat down to say, "Please, I would like to go outside." And she waited to get permission, which in this case was me saying, "Let's go," to walk outside the door. I have 7 dogs in my home. I can walk in and out of my front door and leave it open. Nobody runs out the door, because every dog knows they need permission to come out the door. And when I'm home and someone comes to visit me, no one challenges that person coming in my house, because they know I gave the permission. They are not the permission givers. I am the permission givers. So you start establishing who you are by doing these things, controlling these 2 really basic things. Now, if your dog likes toys, you will also want to control that. So I'm just going to grab a toy here. So I don't know what Athena thinks of toys. So your dog should always have access to toys. There should always be something for them to play with, something for them to chew on. Having a toy box is a great thing that they can always access. But when you play with a toy with your dog, you want this to be part of your communication. So you would hold the toy up, you would wait for the dog to sit down, you would say yes, and then you'll give the dog permission to take the toy by saying take. And maybe you'll throw the toy, maybe you'll hand the dog the toy, play some tug, depending on the dog and the toy. Yes, take. She's not that interested, but this would be where we could play. And take that. So you control all the things that are important to your dog in your home, not by being a bully, not by constantly telling them they have to do a trick, they have to do this, they have to do this, but by letting them communicate with you in a natural way and learn to wait and hold their position until you give them permission to do things. And when you can establish this in your home, it will then help you with other obedience, like taking and holding a sit, or walking nicely on a loose leash, or going to place when people come to the door. But we start by setting this foundation. If you have any questions, you can reach me at gooddogtraining.biz. Thanks.